where is my car? And it's nowhere to be found. And then instantly I'm like, how in the world did this happen? Back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. So if you clicked on this video, it is because you want to know about the time my brand new car got stolen. So this was back in 2019, February of 2019 to be exact. My husband and I had just gotten married, and this was maybe a shy of a week from when we had gotten married. We were leaving the apartment to get ready to go on our honeymoon. We came outside the apartment and we went to his vehicle, and he was opening the door for me to get in, and I looked, through the window, and his car just was in a disarray. And it immediately alarmed me because anyone who knows my husband, he is a neat freak. So I looked at him and I was like, babe, what happened to your stuff in your car? And instantly, he went into alert mode. And then we realized that someone had broke into his vehicle. So once we realized that, naturally, I'm like, oh, let me check to see if they went through my vehicle. So I step away from his car and I'm looking, and everyone knows, like, when you stay in an apartment complex, you kind of have like the same parking spot. It's like all the neighbors know where everyone parks, and it's like your designated parking spot, right? So I'm looking and I'm like, where is my car? And it's nowhere to be found. And then instantly I'm like, how in the world did this happen? And then my husband, as he's going through his vehicle looking to see if anything's missing, he goes, your spare key to your car was in my console. So they got my key. Basically, they just took it, put it in the car, left, stole my car. So of course, I'm crying, I'm upset. I'm like, I just got this car. This is the first brand new car that I have purchased straight off the lot, no miles on it. And I mean, definitely it was materialistic, but everything started running through my head, guys. My wedding dress was still in my car, veil and all. And the only thing I could think about was, I was thinking about my car, but I was more so thinking about my gown. And I was instantly upset with myself, like, why did I leave my gown in the trunk for a week? But with us having to get ready to leave to catch a flight to go on our honeymoon to Mexico, I mean, it's like I didn't have enough time to process it. So, we called the police. We did a statement to get a police, to file a police report. And we got on the road to get ready to catch our flight. On the way there, side note, I called my dad and I was like, Dad, and it's crazy, I had just got married, right? So it's like, why are you calling your dad? But yeah, so I'm like, Dad, someone stole my car, this, that, and the third. So upset. So my dad goes, don't you have car insurance? I said, yes, crying. And he's like, that's what it's for. He was like, go on your honeymoon, enjoy yourself, get you a couple drinks, have fun. When you come back, you deal with that when you get back. And I was like, okay. But back to what I was saying, on the way there, I told my husband to play a song, and it was a church song. And it's like God, I knew then that God was going to do something with this. We played that song on the way, headed to Atlanta to catch our flight. And as I was listening to it, I just knew that no matter what the outcome was, that God wanted me to trust him. So I praised him in advance, regardless of what was to come. So we went to our honeymoon. That was great. It was amazing. Totally enjoyed Mexico. If you haven't been, which most people I think have been, but if you haven't been, you should go. So we get back from our honeymoon. During this time, a retail store had gotten robbed. And the vehicle was a white Honda Accord. And you couldn't see the tag because at the time I had just gotten my personalized tag, because my maiden name was Bennett, so my tag renewal was in February, right? So I had a personalized tag that was pertaining to my maiden name, so I wanted to get an updated tag that was pertaining to Alan, so I had a temporary tag on. So anyways, this retail store was robbed, and the image of the car, the getaway car, was a white Honda Accord. I knew right off the bat that was my car, even without seeing the tag. And I was like, okay, great, they're robbing people. This is crazy. So time had went by. My husband would try to drive around to see if he could find it. I had different friends looking out for me. And weeks and weeks and weeks had passed by. It was probably about 3 weeks at this time. My mom and I were driving, and I was in a rental vehicle while I was waiting for my car to be found. And we were at the red light, and I saw a white Honda Accord. But this vehicle, because everywhere I go, anytime I saw a white Honda Accord, like my model, I was just looking like, is that my car? Is that my car? But this particular time, I saw my car, but it had a Georgia tag on it. And I told my mom, I said, that's my car. And I had no identifiers on it. But I just felt in my spirit that was my car. Anyways, of course I wasn't gonna chase behind them. I wasn't gonna track them down because, what can I do? Definitely don't want to confront someone that's bold enough to steal someone's car. Like, prior to this, I knew that people stole cars, but it's always like, until something hits home, it's just, you don't think about it. So about a week after that, I called my insurance company, and I'm like, it's 4 weeks. And what are we gonna do? Are you guys gonna put this in as a total loss? Cut me a check for the value of my car? Like, what are we going to do? They kind of just wanted, I felt like the Lord was testing my patience. He wants me to have patience, because I don't have much patience. And it's weird because I have 2 kids, but I don't have much patience. And I felt like that was a patience lesson for me, and a trust, having faith as well. But I'm like, what are we gonna do? This and the third. And I knew that they did not want to cut their losses on it, because like I said, this was a new car, and I know, and Hondas hold their value, and I knew that they just did not want to do that. So long story short, about 2 weeks later, I get a call. Miss Allen, we found your vehicle. It's in Muskogee County, Georgia. And I'm like, what? Drove behind the police escort to Muskogee County, which I never knew existed, to pick up my car. And guys, it was like something on TV, because it was at a like at an impound lot. So we get to the vehicle and I'm just looking at it like, and the first thing that I wanted to see was the back of the car to see if it had a Georgia tag. Sure enough, Georgia tag. So that validated that when I thought I saw my car and I felt it, it was my car. So they're going through the vehicle and they're taking everything out, and they're like, you know, let us know if any of these items are yours. So they're taking out laptops, they're taking out perfume, they're taking out clothes. It had different type of drugs in it, bullets, little stands that you would, I think, put like a sniper gun on, had it on it. It was a lot of stuff in there. And the whole time you're going through it, I'm just like, Lord, please let my wedding dress be in there. Lord, please let my wedding dress be in there. But of course, no wedding dress was in there. It was a bittersweet moment because my car had been recovered, but it also kind of hurt because my wedding gown was not in there. But the way they had recovered my vehicle, they had been monitoring the individuals who had stole it and just kind of keeping watch. It wasn't the police department in my city, because they could care less. But the Muskogee County police officers, they had been watching them, and they busted them out of the hotel. And it was 2 guys and 1 female that was in the hotel. And they had driven my car from here to the east of Mississippi River, y'all. They had put 3,000 miles on my vehicle in a month and a half. And that may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, it was a lot, because I don't drive a lot. I don't drive my vehicle out of town, and it was new. But about a year after the vehicle was recovered, well, let me say this. Once it was all said and done, I got my vehicle back. I needed everything under the sun. They had cigarette burn in my seats. My tires were dang near bald. The car was smoked out. I needed rotary surfacing, brake pads, brake fluid, oil change. You name it, I needed it. My total repair costs ended up costing about $10,000 with no body damage, guys. Like, it was no body damage, just a lot of various things that needed to be fixed. Some of the panels in the inside, some of the chrome, not the panel, some of the chrome in the inside had been scraped and scratched. And I told my insurance company, I want this car to look like it looked when I drove it off the lot. So, yeah. And $10,000 worth of maintenance, in essence, and a little upholstery is a lot when it's no actual outside body damage. So, yeah. And I'd asked for it to be repainted on the outside, too. But, that took another 3 weeks for my vehicle to get all of the repairs that were needed. But yeah, I had so many people saying, are you gonna keep your car? If it were me, I would trade it in. I couldn't drive around in a vehicle that had been stolen and they had been robbing people in it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not trading it in. You know, the devil will not get the victory of this. This is my blessing. I'm going to keep my vehicle because this is what I work for. This is what I want. I'm not about to let something temporary make me make a financial move that I had not planned on doing. And I started to think about it, like, when people's homes are broken into, do you up and trade your house in? Did you put it on the market and sell it and buy another house? No. Is it a little eerie feeling at first? Absolutely. But no, my mind is stronger than that. My God is stronger than that. And I knew that God wanted me to trust him in that moment. And when I received my car back, the thought of me instantly rejoicing in the victory that, you know, God would have the final say so when it was stolen came back to me instantly. And it's kind of like God was like, you know, I wanted you to have faith in me. I wanted to teach you patience. I wanted you to know that you can trust in me. And I wanted to know that if you be obedient to me, to trust and know that in the end, you will, you know, have victory. So now I have my Honda. She's paid for. She's been paid for a while now. But she rides smooth. You wouldn't never have known that it was stolen. And I'm just thankful, guys. I'm just thankful. So I say all this to say thank you so much for listening to my story time. And guys, just know that there is always good in the bad. And in the day, you know, God has your best interest at heart. And you just have to learn to trust him. So, like always, like this video, comment down below and subscribe. And make sure you tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friend to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, Kae Baes. Bye.